use the synthetic, but it costs twice as much. So. And this is what the factory puts in. This is what your bike originally was shipped with. It was the Motul 2050.
And how much will go in there?
One bottle, basically. It's 1 liter. This is actually a quart, so it's a little bit low. Actually, this stuff comes in a 1 liter. That's one of the reasons I get this. Because some of this you can buy in quart, some of this you can buy in liters. The Harley oil, that stuff we put in the engine holds 2 liters. So right now, the oil is a little bit low because we put 2 quarts in instead of 2 liters. And, but it's only like 100 milliliters, you know, a couple 3 shot glasses worth as far as being a little tiny bit low. Down here, I don't know what you can see. But you can see the oil is at the bottom of the threads.
Yep.
Okay, that's basically you're in good shape.
Good shape.
Okay. You don't want to fill it up like a Briggs & Stratton engine all the way to the top. They will, if you overfill them, like if the final drive was leaking and you just arbitrarily threw a bunch of extra oil in there, they will find a new place to leak. And anytime you got too much oil, they're not happy. That's as bad as having no oil in the engine.
And that's a 17 millimeter that you're using.
Yep.
For both.
Yep. Final drive.
And then also when we pull this off, you got to make sure that the washer gasket's off.
Yeah, or
you want to see the black case.
Adjustment on the parking brake.
Right here?
Yep. So I backed that all off so that this is maximum.
Play.
No load on there. But you notice the piston is still stuck all the way out here because that's where it was before. And they make these spreader tools for motorcycles. Not much to see there, just
spreading the brake out.
Yep. This is one of the better versions of this caliper tool.
This is the number of the part number?
Mm-hmm.
BTCP 400.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So
pads on. Yep. And you have all this room to work with it.
Mm-hmm. You know, they have different colors, different brands, but it's basically grease that you use on calipers and moving parts of these things, because that way if the system gets hot, it doesn't care. And they do have rebuild kits that we can get from Memoir that have replacement units. They also have the replacement of these bolts and the clips at the same time. Okay? But the main thing I want to look for, especially this one wasn't moving as smoothly because, I mean, actually it wasn't bad. The one got all the way down to metal. This one got pretty damn close. But if you see one of these not wearing as much as the other, that means this thing is not moving back and forth. That's the
indicator.
That's the indicator, yeah. There's 2 marks right here. There are about 2 tablespoons of oil between the 2 of them. The total amount of oil in there is only about 110 milliliters. So if you've got it on the stick where somewhere, you know, you just dip and it's on there, you're good. Okay? It doesn't have to be near the top of the... In fact, some of them, remember we were talking about the venting?
Yeah, it'll blow out the vent. That
we thought, you know, might have been causing you a problem. In reality, it was the gasket because of the broken piece. They will typically leak oil until they get to where their comfort level is, as far as all the seals and such. So, but
and what kind of oil?
Stuff here. We're using synthetic stuff in all the new ones. 7590 Ural. So we're gonna put some grease on the splines, and when we're all done, see this rust that's in here? That's where you get moisture and so on, and run the grease off. So that's the drive splines out of the final drive. So we gotta grease that before we do the final, put everything together. So trying to get this in between the tire and all the rest of this when it's just down in the center stand, it don't fit real well. Smash figures. And it's even harder to get out because it's the stand. So easier to put the damn tire on or to get it underneath the fender well. So now we're back down to the center stand. And there's a shoulder right here. Trying to get this to start. It's one of the reasons. My favorite tool.
Ivan Red Hammer.
The dead blow hammer. Doesn't need a. Come on. You're in the right spot. I know you're there. It's not wedging, it's just there's a shoulder and that's it. All right. And yeah, from here. So, shit. Actually, you need to, before you get the axle through, you got to get this,
Where it's going to bolt on.
yeah, this piece here needs to be, so this is what they call a reaction link, and that goes out there. Which, if you're, this is a 17 metric, okay? But these bolts here for the studs, these are American. They're actually 3/8. You've got a 3/8 Allen in your kit for these bikes because these and this are all American. Stupid shit. Gotta remember to tighten all those down later on. So this thing sits over here, and then the shoes are going on each side, and they hang off of these. You guys sell shoes probably Amazon and different places. You don't have to buy any fancy. So the pin goes there. This is where, yeah, see this one, I can get both of these onto the system. See, I've got this too low. Ah, shit.
There's only one name you need to know. Robert Half. Robert Half custom matches our candidates to your specific hiring requirements by combining personalized service and local staffing experts with an advanced matching technology based on 70 years of successful placements. For highly skilled accounting, finance, IT, legal, marketing, or administrative staffing, count on Robert Half. We'll find you productive, engaged employees.
So there's one, and I got one to see where this. See, this is how it works. See, it moves in and out. So now I've mechanically given it a little more oomph. Then it'll go back. Wait. Okay. Gotta do, go, if you want to rock it, I'll lift both sides. Down the far end.
Okay.
That's kind of a safety thing in case this loosens up.
Is this American?
Yep.
Yes.
So what this is doing, this piece that's threading in is going into this thing and locking into the reaction link and this whole mechanism of the caliper carrier. And I'm sure there's a torque setting, but we're going to be taking this off again and put the final drive anyhow, so I'm not too worried at the moment. Take the pliers to clip this on over there as a safety clip.
The safety clip on here.
Yep, that little notch, which we don't need at the moment. And then we tighten this up to where, okay, that should be pretty good as a starting point. Yeah. And voila, here's a parking brake. And it locked. But right now it's in gear. That nut goes on in there to tighten that down. Voila.
Don't forget to tighten this pinch bolt.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
We're gonna put the bike.
And so does the demand and wait time for adding air conditioning to your home. So choosing that in the wintertime is a smart move. We have great financing options to help you get this done before the rush. So get a new Lennox air conditioner starting at $88 per month with our 60-month equal pay, no interest, or 180-day famous cash offer. Check out details at valleyheating.com.
Yes.
Village is offering free shipping on all business cards in any quantity. Choose from hundreds of fresh designs tailored to your type of company. Or upload your own. The choice is yours. The time is now. For limited time only, get free shipping on all.
What we did was we put the clamshell clamps on here, right here, on the ball joints. We tightened this with a 19 millimeter. We did the front first, and then we did the rear, and then we just plugged in one of the struts like this. This is one of the struts. We just got this one taped up. We didn't adjust anything. And it'll mount back here. And there's one back there. Pretty easy.